Who's your gardener here? Hello, YouTube. Well, I told you we had a frog strangler of a rain last night, and I was walking around my yard and my garden to see if there was any limbs down or anything like that, and this is what's left of my garlic patch. So they were just about there anyways. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a couple of them here and take a look-see at them. If they're in decent shape, I'll go ahead and pull them, and then I'll hang them, and I'll show you how I do that. So hang tight here, and let me get a couple of them pulled up here. I'll see if I can do it on camera. Move some of this soil around here. Yeah, those aren't bad. Okay. I just don't want them to lay in here and rot. And I've got to get them pulled. Let's see, this is Saturday. Starting Monday, I got to go back on a double shift, so they won't get pulled if I don't pull them. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and get them pulled. I did leave one garlic out here with the seed pod on, so I could show you guys that. And this is him right here. Now, I left him on there just for demonstration purposes. I normally clip all of these off. But you can harvest this, let them dry for 2 or 3 weeks, and you can see each little nodule here. Let me peel it back a little bit so you can see it. There's a nodule here for each pod. Get it in the camera there, Hoosier. And you can simply they'll pop apart. And there you have one seed for your garlic. Now I found out you can grow garlic with this with no problems. They'll all have a little, kind of like an onion does, it'll have a little top on it right there. You want to plant him with the him pointing up. But you can grow garlic no problem with these. I've just found out over the years, if you use the actual clove, right here, if you take some of these cloves, I usually save some of my bigger cloves, and I use that for my start. You get a bigger garlic. So, and this is just a stiff neck garlic. It's not a Mondo Mega one or anything crazy like that. It's just stiff neck. So let me get some of these pulled, and I'll get back with you, and I'll show you how I string them up here. Yeah, okay, I'm back. So I've got 2 different garlics here. This one here is just a stiff neck garlic. It's a little smaller. Man, look at the root base on those. They were doing well. And then I have elephant garlic. Now you can see the difference between the two. There's that one, and there's that one. This one here has a little lighter flavor of garlic. I wouldn't say it's too terribly light, but it's a little lighter. These are a little more stronger, a little more pungent. So it's hard for me to get these done up with one hand. So I'm going to get them done up, and then I'll show you how I hang them. Alrighty. So this is what I've got going on. I've been doing this for many years. This is just the eaves of my unattached garage. And I've just simply got some hooks screwed in. And then I just have laundry line going across. I've got one about midway. Lily, what are you doing? She's out frolicking. I can't trust Flash. He puts his nose down on the ground and he just simply won't come back. He's hound. She sticks around pretty good. Anyways, sorry about that. I've got them about 4 to 5 in a cluster. 4 of the bigger ones and about 5 of the smaller ones. And all I've got holding it to it is simply a zip tie right there. I just gather them up at the top, cinch them up. Now, you want to zip tie them pretty tight, okay? As tight as you can, because once they start drying out, they'll actually start shrinking in size. And the last thing you want is your garlic to fall off of your racks. So now I ain't worried about the roots yet. Look at them roots. Good Lord, I bet them roots are 6 inches long. That's incredible. I'm not worried about getting the dirt off. They've got an outside layer of what I call ugly skin. That's where it growed up against the dirt. When I get ready to process them, I'll come up and I'll cut them off about inch and a half from the bulb, and I'll clip them off. I'll clip the roots off, and then it'll be dry enough where I can slip that ugly skin off, and then the tops will go in my compost pile or right into the lasagna garden, and we'll replant. Probably the 3rd week of August is usually when I replant my garlic, somewhere in that vicinity. And like I said, it'll winter over. It'll snow on top of them and everything else, and then they'll come back. But I'll try and give you a shot after I get a few more of these up, so you can get an idea. I try to separate them. I do have, like I said, elephant garlic, and then just a roughneck garlic down there. So let me get a few more strung up here, and I'll get back with you. Well, there she is. I got them all pulled and hanging. Now, if that ain't the prettiest thing you ever seen, besides my wife walking down the aisle on our wedding day. I probably should not be comparing garlic to my wife. It might get me in trouble. But it is a pretty thing. Like I said, once they all dry out, I'll come down and I'll clean them. I like to keep all the mess outside. I try not to do it in the house or in the garage or anything. I'll just get me a little seat out here on the back side of my garage. Right over yonder on the other side of that fence is my compost pile, and I'll probably deposit them right there. I always plant something in my compost pile, and this year I got some cantaloupe and some watermelons, and I hope to goodness I get something off of them this year. So I put this tarp down so they could vine out on it, so they don't lay in the mud and such. But all right, who's your gardener here? Lord Beth. Happy gardening. Have a good day.